When the phone rings, it's somebody else making their problem ours. We don't pass out any cards, don't hang a sign, we don't advertise, and we're always good. I'm Rick Jameson. I own Rick Jameson Auto Repair. Grew up over in New York State. I was 5 years old and fixed lawnmowers. I used to drag them out of the dump. And then I took auto mechanics 1, 2, 3, took welding, took machine shop. Because back then they had all technical schools and everything. After high school I got married at 19 years old. Then I worked for a buddy of mine's garage, fixing cars for a while. Then I went to work for a machine shop. This was 21 years ago. I had just bought this house, and I went to work for a couple buddies of mine, helping them out, and then I was in here. When I was in here, I had just little string lights in here. I didn't have nothing, no lifts, no nothing. And finally, I told my friend, my buddy, a good friend of mine, I said, before I kill you, I'm going to open up my own shop. And that's what I did. And I've been here, boy, I want to say, I know 18, 19 years I've been here. Chuck's been with me. Chuck worked at Cannon Auto with me for 10 years. He's been with me for 22 years. And John, the guy that works with me, he's 53. He's been 16 years. 15, 16 years he's been. And we grew up over in Hillsdale together when we were kids. So I've known him since our fathers knew each other. And those guys are here, 8 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock at night. Not very rarely they call in sick. They're good boys. And when it's done, you back it out the door. There's not a car sitting there in the morning, pulled out the door like it's still doing the same thing, or I got a problem or whatever. They're pretty thorough about it. I'm not here to sell people parts and just say tough crap 2 months down the road. I got to tell it how it is. You do the water pump, you don't do this, 20,000 miles later, this assembly takes a shit. What you got going on with this Volkswagen is there's a plug. Because I don't want to see somebody spend money on something that's, just not good. They'll have a noise, and they'll know it, and they'll run it for a month and a half, and they'll turn a $200 noise into a $1,000 noise. I mean, I have a lot of people that come in, and I lift the vehicle up, and I say, this thing's done, and they say, fix it, fix it, fix it. Sometimes I have to say no, because, they're just throwing good money at bad, and they kind of got to sit back and think, do I buy a new car? Well, they're really not loaning, depending on who you are, but 9 times out of 10, I guess you can go sign your name for a new one and try to make the payments, but they're not loaning that much money, so 9 times out of 10, they're going to fix it. The people are going to fix the car. I never have anybody leave all pissed off, hollering at me, telling me I charge them too much money because I give everybody a fair shake. I'm not trying to sell people parts that they don't need, but there's places out there that do. What I'll do is, you pay for the parts, I'll give you the labor. That's a deal. I can tell you right now, I got a lady out of Pittsfield. It's a big, it's a chain store. They gave her a price on her daughter's Saturn, doing a whole bunch of work to it. $1,556. I did it yesterday morning. My guy did it in 5 hours. I want to say, I don't know if it was $700 some odd or whatever, but I cut it in half. I still made money. Customer's happy. But there's guys out there that do gouge still. I'll tell you that right now. You think about it, 5 years ago, you got a problem in your kitchen, you'd have to call 5 people to have them come look at it. Not now. Not the way the economy is. It's not that good, I don't believe. Well, I got a buddy of mine. He runs a junkyard, okay? A big junkyard, 4 Mil Motor Company. And he had to let a couple guys go because he said, basically, I got to eat first. I said, but I mean, I'm not gonna do that to my guys. I mean, unless I really gotta. But like he said, I gotta eat first. But the good thing about it is, like I've told both my guys for a long time, is that a McDonald's or a Dunkin' Donut hat fits anybody. That's why they're adjustable. But I wouldn't do that to them. But, I don't know. But it was slower than normal this year. After the leaves dropped, it wasn't what I expected. There's some people, when they call me, I don't call them back. I actually call them back. And I took on a couple jobs I would call shit jobs. You know, I took a couple jobs on that last year I would not have taken on. You know, I mean, the year prior to that, you know, I'm talking from the fall. I would not have taken those jobs on, but I wanted to make sure I had enough for my guys to do and whatever, you know, so. And I don't think it's going to be that good after the leaves drop this year. You know, I mean, the sun's shining, everybody's doing some stuff, but it's not like it was. I got a buddy of mine that does nothing but, you know, race car work for like, I don't know, probably 8 different people. I talked to him the other day. He was working on a lawnmower. Because those guys aren't, you know, they decided to shut their racing program down. But he's doing what he's got to do. You know, I mean, he's got to figure it out, but he's not making the money he was making. I just kind of, you got to innovate a little bit. You got to figure out what you got to do. You know, I mean, I don't know. You got to talk to people you really don't want to talk to. You know, take on maybe 1 or 2 new customers. You know, I have carpenters that I do work on, electricians, plumbers, and guys with construction companies. I got a bunch of people I work for, and those are the guys that you're not seeing wheeling in, you know, to do all their stuff. That carpenter there is going to sit down, if he's got nothing to do, he's going to sit down and figure out how to do his brake job in his yard. And he's going to do it himself. He's going to run down, buy the parts. He's going to do it himself. He might get himself in trouble and then have to call me, but I don't feel offended if he does call me because he did it himself, because all he's trying to do is survive too. Here we're okay. But I think if you look around, other businesses are not doing that good, you know. We'll fix anything here, is what the problem is, you know. And we take on anything, and I'm not scared of nothing. I know guys that,
pretty even.
you know, they just want to do brakes. They just want to do tune-ups, you know, and they want to stand there in a clean shirt. Those are the guys that they're going to be pounding sand. I mean, you got to take on anything. So, we're not scared, that's all. That's what the problem is, you know. Whatever it is, bring it in.